Hi guys, I'm back for Leo Virgo Cusp for March 2017. So I've already shuffled and we have some underlying energies to start. So we have the King of Swords. So a very strict, authoritarian, very smart, sharp. That is an air sign, so And then we have victim. So, interesting. I feel more like with the King of Swords, this is your embodiment of the card. So someone else is a victim there. I don't know. Maybe a victim of your sharpness. I don't know. That's the underlying energies anyway. So let's read through and see if we can't figure that out a little more. So, to start out in March, we have the Hermit and completion. So it looks like the possibility is there was a death in the family. So there's a little bit of hermit mode going on. And that's a reflection. That's dealing with that situation. There's a lot of learning going on in the Hermit, so maybe even just learning on how to deal with an ending to something, which is a good thing. That's lots of growth. So if you have to take that time and hide away for a bit to deal with whatever this completion is, this could be you were fired. This could be you ended a relationship. Okay? It's not just passing of a loved one. Okay, but there is that sun. I don't know if that's coming up or going down, but either way, it looks to me like it's coming up, and looks like things will get better. Okay, and that is the Leo sun, right? So maybe Leo standing on our Virgo shoulder and holding us up. Who knows? What else do we have here? We have the Queen of Cups in reverse and growth. So that could be someone in your life that's maybe not giving you as much love as you were hoping, or it doesn't have to be a female. But like when she's this way, she's all loving, caring. When she's this way, that love is kind of falling away, or I mean, she still looks at the cup and there's love there, but it's maybe not, maybe it needs to grow. Okay? So if this is you, if this is you embodying this Queen of Cups, then maybe you need to do some growth, okay? Which makes sense in the Hermit and the completion, okay? Like, this is all kind of like falling into place, and maybe it's something to do with love, okay? So you did lose a significant loved one, possibly to death, you guys just broke up, divorce, something like that. So this is a time for growth. You're going to learn a lot in that kind of a situation for sure, about yourself and other people. Wow. So coming on off of that one is the Chariot, Justice, and Instinct. So for me, the Instinct is like both of these cards. They're so both instinctual in a way. So the Chariot, he's looking out into the future. He knows where he's headed. He has a mission, okay? And Justice is basically everything's going to work out in the right favor, or in the right. There's going to be balance, truth. Okay? And that could be feeding straight off your instincts. I'm not sure where that's coming from. Like, we had the growth, so now we're relying on instinct for maybe where this chariot's taking us. Possibly. Then we have Page of Swords reversed and acceptance. So pages are normally messages, and I'd say the Page of Swords would be like a message of truth, information, but it's reversed, so maybe you don't like that information and you're going to accept it. And that is growth, accepting something that even you don't like the elections in the states. Just saying. You have to accept things that you can't control, out of your control. Maybe if it's another person's truth. Okay? It's a really interesting one. But definitely accepting whatever circumstance. Obviously, looks like a breakup, possibly the ending of that. And I mean, it was the Queen of Cups, so it was a long term, okay? It was like you guys had been, and maybe the ending was because of the Swords energy, because that's a really strict, authoritarian, not a nice guy, okay? And doesn't have to be guy, but you know what I mean. Like, maybe super bitch was not being so nice and lost her boyfriend, something like that, right? And maybe that's where you're gonna, that truth's gonna come out, like, and you're going to accept it. It's gonna be okay. And Spirit is gonna help you with that. Awesome. Okay, so it feels like this one is kind of out of place, but maybe that acceptance is some sort of trickery and you're learning that. And so you're coming to some time of contemplation, some time to think about where you're headed in the world. Like, you're done with this trickery now. You've grown too much to let that happen again. So now you're a little wiser, a little more steady, and you have the world at your fingertips, okay? So that's not bad. The trickery one threw me off a little bit, but I think it's because you're learning and growing with that. You're figuring it out. Or maybe you're figuring out you are being the trickster. I don't know. It's really interesting. Remember when I said I felt like you were embodying this? If this is you, then... Sorry, my stomach is growling. I hope you can't hear that. Oh my gosh, I need to eat lunch before I go on my next job. Okay, anyway. I think this will be my last read for a little tiny bit. And then, so, okay. So if that is you embodying that energy, then you were being the trickster. And you gotta stop that. But you know that. You're contemplating that. You're realizing that. Neat. Okay? That's good. All growth. Okay? Wonderful. So, in the end, perfection. That's good. And there's no more woe is me. Okay? Or there's no more stabbing other people in the back. Okay? You're gonna go for positive, good things, and you're putting this to rest. Nobody's gonna feel like this anymore, you or anyone you're involved with, because if you were being the trickster, you were making somebody feel like this. But it seems like in the end you are figuring it all out, and it sounds great. Okay? Awesome. So, I still don't really understand where the Chariot and Justice are fitting in here, but I think it really has to do with truth. There's a lot of truths coming out in March for you. And rely on your instinct. I think that's an important thing. Okay? So you know if you're not being cool with someone. You know if you're being a trickster. And you'd rather be on the up and up than start feeling guilty. That's not a good feeling. Okay? So I hope that's kind of reading that right. But like there's a lot of growth, decisions, like the Chariot, he can see where he's headed. This guy can see where he's headed. It's all forward moving and future goal oriented, right? So I see that you want this perfection, okay? You want when you open your mouth, light comes out, okay? So that's a good metaphor to keep in mind. Think before you speak, and then this isn't going to be a result. Awesome. All right, guys. I hope that helps for March 2017. Leo Virgos, please let me know if that resonates with you. You probably won't know until a little bit of time, but you probably know if you're being the King of Swords, so or who that person is in your life. So there's somebody either tricking you or you're tricking someone, okay? And we're going to figure that out as March comes. All right, awesome. Please give me a thumbs up if that resonated with you. Take care.